Hey there, and welcome to episode 4 of Cast Reflect. I am your host Josh, and I'm joined as always by Conall Luke the Truth Jennings.
Hello.
How's it going, mate? You okay?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
I'm all good. What you been up to?
Went to London at the weekend, did some karaoke.
Went to London, did you? Went up to the Big Smoke, bruv.
Yeah.
Did you see Danny Dyer while you were up there?
Yeah, he was at karaoke.
Was he? What was he singing?
We did a duet.
Oh, wicked. What did you sing?
What did I really sing, or what did me and Danny Dyer sing?
What did you and Danny Dyer sing?
Oh, Celine Dion.
Ah, okay. Which one?
My Heart Will Go On, whatever it's called.
That one. The Titanic one.
Titanic one, yeah.
Nice. That's a banger.
No, I actually did sing Vanessa Carlton.
Oh, that's like Tristan's favourite song, isn't it?
And Green Day. Basket Case.
Nice. Basket Case. Out of all the Green Day songs you could sing, you sung Basket Case.
A bit of a throwback, isn't it? A bit of a classic.
There
was a lot of classics being dropped. There was, some Fall Out Boy. There was My Chemical Romance.
Ugh, sounds like
you'd love that.
Sounds like I would have fucking hated it.
Lady Marmalade.
That is a classic, to be fair.
Yeah, banger.
That is a classic. What else did you get up to? Just that it, really? Just karaoke?
Yeah, and just, catching up, seeing some friends and stuff. It was nice. Good fun.
Nice. What have you been playing this last week?
Oh, yeah. I've been on a massive indie trip recently, I think. I've got that bug at the moment. I bought quite a few new ones on Steam. There's a few that I want to play I haven't really touched yet. They're just sort of sitting there. Okay. Because there was a big sale recently. But one
Save them then.
Yeah, they'll be on future episodes. One that I have been playing that's really good that I want to give a shout out to is Dorf Romantic.
Hey, you what?
It's called Dorf Romantic. DORFORMANTIK.
Okay.
And yeah, basically it's a city building puzzle game, right? It's like therapy. It's the most relaxing game I've ever played.
So it sounds like I'd do with a bit of that.
It is so unbelievably chill. And basically, like, you've got these little, I don't know whether they're hexagons, I don't know shapes. And they're just tiles.
6.
And you put them... Yeah, they are hexagons. Nailed it.
Honeycombs.
Yeah. And each tile has, like, different pieces on it. So some will be like forests, some will be houses, some will be river, some will be fields. And then when you piece the ones together that go together, you unlock more. So it's like a bit like a puzzle game. So you're just sort of like matching the pieces, but you're building a city as you do it.
Oh, that sounds cool.
And the music is just super, super nice. It's just very, very chill to play. Yeah, it was made by like just 4 guys whilst they were at uni, I think. Oh,
wicked! That sounds really, like you said, like really therapeutic. I love a city builder or like a simulator. I have to be in the right frame of mind for it, but I do. I'll either get like really into one for ages, and it'll be like the only game that I play.
Yeah, this is more. You can drop in and out of this a lot more. It's not as complex as like most city builders. It's very much focused on just ease of play, really.
Yeah, I think simulators, because they don't have a definitive stopping point, it's really easy to just end up playing it for hours because you're just like, I'll just do that. Yeah. And then you've played it for like 4 hours. Whereas you played a normal game, well, I say normal game, it's one that's got levels and checkpoints, things like that. You have a natural stopping point, don't you? But simulators, you just get sucked in.
Yeah, it's good. What have you been playing?
I've absolutely rinsed Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think that's pretty much all I've been playing. Me and my brother played a bit of Company Heroes multiplayer. It needs some serious balancing done because the Wehrmacht are just mentally overpowered at the moment. But we actually won our first game today, like 2v2. So you'll have to get it, man. We can do some 3v3s.
Yeah, it's on my list
because that'd be well fun to play. But yeah, I got Resident Evil 2 days early because I'm in the industry now.
What do you mean?
Obviously, I got it 2 days early
through the podcast.
Nah, I got
And
it from Amazon.
you're not giving that over to me as well. You're keeping that back for yourself.
Yeah, it's my podcast, mate.
Outrageous.
Remember when you got all that free stuff on the Loot the Truth podcast and you didn't give any to me?
Yeah.
No, I pre-ordered it on Amazon, which I don't normally do, and it arrived 2 days early on Wednesday, and I had a tooth out on the same day, so I was like,
perfect
going
excuse.
to work, I'm going home, and I'm gonna go and play Resident Evil. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I don't know who would have played the original or the remake by the time someone hears this, but are you gonna play it?
I will. Yeah.
Have you played the original?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it won't be
a long time ago, though.
Yeah. So Resident Evil 4 is probably it's the top 10 for me. I'd say, yeah. I love Resident Evil, and 4 is, I think, quite easily the best one. Definitely before the remakes. 4 is absolutely the best Resident Evil game, and the remake is fucking brilliant. It's so good.
They have been smashing those remakes out of the park.
Yeah,
they're all phenomenal. Like everyone, when Resident Evil 3 came out, everyone complained about it a bit because the Resident Evil 2 one was so good, but then Resident Evil 3 wasn't as good as Resident Evil 2 anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I think people's issue with it was that they left chunks out of it. It felt like they'd rushed it out. It's almost like they made the second one and they spent ages on it, and they were like, we could totally just knock Resident Evil 3 out.
Just flip some of these assets
on
over.
This, yeah, literally, because it came out, I think was it a year later, I think it came out.
Yeah.
And they already had the kind of Nemesis system through Mr. X, which they'd like developed for the second one. So it was like, let's just whack this one out, and then but I did still enjoy Resident Evil 3, but it was just, I think you can do it in, I think it took me about 5 hours to complete it, and I wasn't powering through it or anything like that, and that is for a 55 quid game, not ideal. But Resident Evil 4,
a bit more than that.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4 though, I think I must have completed it. I played it on Wii when I was younger. I probably completed it about 10 times, I reckon, something like that.
I think maybe the first time I played it was on GameCube at my friend's house.
Yeah, same. That's what it launched on, wasn't it? It was GameCube.
Was it? Yeah.
Originally, it came out on GameCube. It's the most ported game ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the most released game of all time, I think.
That's crazy.
Instead of GTA.
No, I do remember reading that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's the most ported game now. So I've played. I'm probably about 2/3 of the way through it now.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. It's stunning. It's enough. It's such a good balance between what you're expecting or what you know from the old game to something that just catches you out each time. So like, you think the areas are familiar, but obviously they're completely reimagined. The scale's totally different. That it's all one. Each area of the game is one level, if that makes sense now, rather than split into chunks like the old games were. It's probably the best remake, I think.
What, better than 2?
Yeah, I would say so, but I think my bias towards that is because I absolutely love Resident Evil 4. Don't get me wrong, I think 2 is probably the best, like objectively the best Resident Evil game before this came out. But yeah, if you liked Resident Evil 4, you're going to love this.
Nice. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
It's so good. It's such a faithful remake. Like, it's improved on pretty much everything. Like, the companion mechanics are so much more streamlined now. Like, Ashley's not really fucking annoying. Though she say that, she can get caught pretty easily if you're running past some villages or, past an enemy. Like, if you've not
wow, I imagine I know what you play games like, trying to cheese your way through everything.
Try and cheese my way through and just sprint through
everything. Bugging it out, aren't you?
But literally, if she gets touched by a villager, she just lays down on the floor, incapacitated, till you go and help her up. And then if she gets attacked again while she's incapacitated, it's just game over. It's like that.
Well, she isn't meant to be completely like. She's meant to be quite defenseless, right?
Yeah, she is. But it's like, come on, you can run. I just ran past him. You can run past him.
It sounds like actually
No.
what's happening is you're just doing a bad job of looking after her.
Yeah, I think that's probably more accurate. To be honest, I think that is probably more accurate. I'm bad. I'm bad at the game. I'm bad at the game. But it's hard, isn't it, when you got 7 axe wielding villagers riddled with last pluggers, and their heads are
Pretty high
popping
stress,
off,
yeah.
and like those tentacle things coming out their heads, like swinging giant bones at you. Dr. Salvador is as well just honestly one of the most terrifying enemies I've ever faced in a video game, and I love horror games as well. But there's without spoiling it, but there's a bit where you can just hear the chainsaw motor
Yeah.
stuttering along, like before you can even see anything, and you've got to go that way, and you can just hear it, and it's like, and you're just like, it's gonna be that guy with the chainsaw and the Hessian sack on his head, and he's gonna be hard as fucking nails. It's so creepy, but it's absolutely brilliant. It's a perfect blend of action and horror for me. The stuff that they've changed is wicked. It's the bit I've just done is right at the end of the castle, and it caught me out so much, like genuinely absolutely terrified playing it. And I never used to find Resi 4 that scary because of how much more action based it was. It was a lot more heavy on the weapons and things like that, and there's loads of variety of weapons, whereas the original games were way more survival horror.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's sick. It's really good. If you're debating getting it, anyone, just get it. If you like the original, you're just gonna love this game so much.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was a pretty safe bet, really. It was, the others have been amazing. It's probably the best Resident Evil game, and
Yeah,
it's a very good recipe.
yeah, it's amazing. It's really really good. It's like a red, green, and a yellow herb all mixed together.
All mixed together.
Like, yeah,
Big old
that is
buff.
Resident Evil 4 remake. The other thing I wanted to talk about, it was GDC this week. And Counter-Strike 2 was just announced, wasn't it?
It was.
So
It was. I've been very excited about that.
I literally played about 4 hours of CS:GO, I think, in total. I can't get on with it. I would like to try this when it comes out.
You should. I think Jack will probably try it as well.
Yeah, I mean, you and Jack obviously are going to be a lot better than I will, but I'd be up for trying it again.
I don't know, mate. The thing is, it's going to be a completely new game. That's
Well,
the thing.
yeah.
Like, it's so much of Counter Strike is like entrenched in how you play that game, right? It's like you've played those maps 100 times. I mean, I've put like 900 hours into that game.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk about it, that's why I wanted you to talk about it, because I put about 5 hours into it and you put about 900. But I thought it's quite a big announcement, really, because it's such a massive
it's
game.
way bigger than I ever expected it to be, right? And what's really cool is they're already letting people test it. And obviously, we live in a world now where there's streamers and it's so easy to watch games. I've been like this morning, I was watching the Counter Strike Grand Final, Pro League Grand Final between FaZe and Cloud9. I think it's probably still on because it was a best of 5. And they had a pre-match every all the time. They always do, like, before the final, they'll just do like a test match. And it's usually like, classic players, and they'll bring in like a load of old legends, and they'll play against like the casters or like a greatest in the world team of people who are like from all of the other teams, sort of thing.
It's like a charity match.
Yeah, they do that every time.
It's like a football charity match.
Yeah, but the one this morning, they did it on CS2, Counter-Strike 2. They did it on the new engine. So it was like just a mix of random people playing like old legends, new players and stuff. Yeah, on the new engine. And mate, it's an enormous change. So like they've completely changed smoke grenades. There's always a lot of like controversy around smoke grenades. There's like smoke bugs that people take advantage of. You can get lots of like one-way smoke positions where you can see people and they can't see you, and it's like not
Right.
realistically how smokes would work. And you know what do they allow and what do they not? There's a guy called Manassi recently on Mirage took advantage of. He lined up a smoke grenade like through it. He's obviously like practiced it 100 times.
Yeah.
And where it lands leaves him an exact gap where he can't be seen and he can just see everyone who's coming up from mid. Um,
Right.
and
So that's like
people
a
were saying,
pretty bad exploit, isn't it? Then.
well, yeah, that's what they're saying. And it was almost like, obviously, they can't patch it out of the game at that point for the tournament. So
Yeah.
basically, the players just made a gentleman's agreement not to use it, I think.
Right.
Yeah, and so it's because obviously once he'd done it, everyone else knew how to do it as well.
That's the thing, isn't it?
He just
That's the
used,
thing.
yeah. So yeah, so they've completely changed smokes, and they're like responsive smokes, I think they're calling them, and they like fill the space that they're in. So if you throw one in a new space, it's not just like a big plume that goes through the clips through the walls and stuff. It fills the space that it's in.
Yeah.
And they react differently with other grenades, and if you shoot through them, it affects them differently and stuff. So that all looks amazing. Lots of new like strategies that pro players will be using. They've sorted out the tick rate problem, which has been like the biggest issue with Counter-Strike, and like input
What's
delay.
that?
So like everyone wanted 128 tick servers. There are like extra external services that you can pay for, like Faceit and ESEA, and they provide like high tick rate servers. And it basically,
So there's like zero latency.
yeah. But that was never actually in the game. But what they've done is actually they've changed the way that it functions. So basically, everything happens when you click it. There is zero latency between what you see and what the other people see and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's an enormous change, because sometimes you will just like whiff a shot and you'll be like, I was on his head. I was literally on his head. What the hell?
Right.
And, 99% of the time that's because I'm.
Yeah, but that
sometimes
1%.
it's the tick rate.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, it's so it is. I don't play it a lot, but obviously I'm very, very aware of it. I used to play Source quite a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
But it's like the most competitive. It's got to be. It's got to be one of, if not the most competitive.
I think it's the biggest
Definitely
first
person
It's the
shooter.
biggest first person shooter in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane, and it's such fine margins as well. Or that game, like if you're 1 second, half a second too slow, or like you said, your latency's that's slightly little bit higher. It can literally be the difference, can't it, between losing a round and winning a round sometimes.
It hit an all-time high in its player base in the last 30 days.
Really,
It
everyone's just getting sweaty back on it again.
peaked at
because the second
1.5 million people playing it.
That is mad, isn't it? That is mad.
And I just love it, man. I love the game so much. Like, because obviously now people know that your skins are going to port over to the new CS:GO. Or it's not going to be called CS:GO. It's just going to be called Counter-Strike. And your skins are going to port over. The skin market has exploded. Absolutely exploded, man.
Yeah, you gonna do another video?
Yeah, probably at some point. I might wait and do one when Counter-Strike comes out properly,
Yeah.
and just do like
I'll do
new
that one with you, because I'll actually play this.
Yeah,
I'll buy it and play it, because I wouldn't mind. Even though I'll probably give it up in about 5 or 6 hours. I just when you just want to play something because you're like, I feel like I'd like this. I used to love CS.
You would like it, mate. It's just like,
yeah.
I think
It just takes
it's a
ages to
good
get
time
hang
to get back into it as well, or to try and get into
Yeah.
it, because there's so much that's new for everyone,
Yeah.
and it's a good time to start trying to learn that, right? But mate, like, my knife that I've got.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's worth £1,300.
What? What the fuck?
It's mad, isn't it?
At what point would you sell it, or would you just keep it?
I don't even know at this point, because basically my
That's
gamble was
mental, mate.
because Jack was like, I was talking to Jack about it for a while, and he's like, mate, they're going to release Counter-Strike 2, and you're going to lose all your skins, and they're going to completely drop out. They're going to have zero value. And my gamble was that I don't think they're going to do that. They make too much money off the skins market. It's a bad move for them. They'll lose the trust of the people that have invested a lot of money into the skins.
Oh, you played the market and you won. You
Was
played the market.
it? So so I've kept them for this point, and I mean it's an all-time high now. But it was worth £500 when I opened it. I got it in a case.
That's crazy.
And it was worth £500 when I got it. And that was like 2.5 years ago. It's like it's increasing better than inflation. It's like it beats the market. It's ridiculous.
It doesn't make any sense.
So honestly, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Well, that's cool, man. That's really cool. It's got a summer release window.
Yeah.
So no official date yet, but hopefully, I mean it's a pretty quick turnaround to announce the game in, the middle of March and then say it's going to be out in the summer.
Yeah, but it's been rumoured for years, mate. It's been rumoured since I started playing Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
It's like, it's always, and I think they have probably been working on it for an absolutely ridiculous amount of time.
Well, hopefully it releases and we can get stuck into it this year.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really up for that. I'm sort of hoping they'll reset the hour counter.
It'd be a separate game. It'd be a separate game, won't it? So
I think it's just an update. Yeah, I think it's just going to change it. It's just going to be an enormous update.
Right. Oh, okay. Fair. Well, we'll see. Summer 2023. Tell you what, we have played loads, which didn't come out this year. Came out 7 years ago.
Always relevant.
For some reason.
Forever relevant.
Yeah. Wait, we did Resident Evil 4 Remake. We've done Counter-Strike 2 announcement.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Prime news. Let's wind the clock back.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back 7 years when a little game called Ultimate Chicken Horse came out. So we played this loads recently.
Yeah.
Never played it before. I saw it. I don't know where I saw it. I saw it on Steam, I think, on the store, and we were looking for party games to play, and we were like, this looks awesome.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Yeah,
it's a Canadian developer called Clever Endeavour Games. So it's the only game they've made, and it was released 2016. I think they've just been supporting it for 7 years and adding new characters, new levels and things. I'd never heard of it till about, I don't know, a few months ago.
Mm.
And we've just been rinsing it with a few other people, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's fucking brilliant.
It's amazing.
If you've not heard of it,
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if you've not heard of it and you want a decent multiplayer game to play with your mates that's super easy to pick up, it's cheap. I think it was £6 or £7 on Steam.
Yeah.
It was on sale though. I think it's normally about 15 quid. It's excellent, isn't it?
Excellent. It's really good. I mean, I suppose it's like explain the concept of it. It's a platformer. I
was going to say.
It's a platformer game where you build the level in each round. So if there's 4 of you playing, at the start of the round, you get given random objects and you get whatever you can pick. Like it's quickest. First come, first serve.
It's like a toy box, isn't it? It's like a toy box, yeah.
And then you can put that down somewhere in the space of the level, and it's first person to get to the end of the level gets the most points. If you finish, then you get points, but somebody has to die. If everyone finishes, you don't get anything. So inevitably, as the rounds go on, it just becomes an absolute mess of a level. You start getting traps and trying to stitch each other up, and and that's just how it inevitably goes.
Because you get trap points, you get points. It gets so dumb in an amazing way because everyone's setting traps up to try and each other over.
The upside down.
At the same time, they're just getting over by their own traps, and then like you're like, I can't even do this level anymore.
Yeah, because you're just like, well, I'm going to put this here because this is the main route everyone's using. It's also the route I'm using though, so there's a good chance I'm going to go straight into that. Yeah, but it's so fun. It's such a clever idea for a game, and it's so well executed. I think it's. Yeah, I mean, I must say we had that one time where we had like quite a lot of server issues, I think, and like disconnects. But that only happened that one time we played it. Yeah, that was strange actually. We just could not get a game for love nor money. It just wouldn't connect. Yeah. But But other than that, it's been good. It's been really good.
Yeah, yeah, it's really really good. So if, as I said, if anyone's looking for a new multiplayer game to play, um, it's cross play as well, so you can play it
It's a
against
great
any.
little party game as well. Good, like,
Yeah, it's
it'd be good couch co-op. It's good multiplayer online.
yeah. You could do like 1 or 2 rounds, or you could play 5 or 6 rounds. It's really really good. 7 years ago that came out, so
Yeah, that's crazy.
like I said, we are always keeping it relevant.
That sort of graphics style as well really does, like, it lends itself well to not feeling dated.
Yeah, it's timeless in
It's
there.
very
It's
like very
timeless.
simple.
Yeah, really, really simplistic, minimalist, like easy to look at in there.
That's what I mean.
And
It could have come
it
out now.
controls really nicely as well.
It
Like
does.
the jumping's genuinely like decent as well.
Yeah,
It's got
there's
a
a lot
nice
for you to
weight on the
work
jump.
with. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
good.
like the platforming mechanics in it are actually good.
Yeah. It's not the make a death level first and then the platform is like an afterthought. It's definitely just it's a really solid game.
Yeah,
Can't believe it's taken this long for us to play it.
yeah.
It got me thinking though, because we've been playing it quite a bit recently. Like party games,
hmm
what are some of your fondest memories of them? Because, or just like a multiplayer game that you used to play couch co-op. Because sadly, couch co-op games aren't.
Yeah, less of a thing these days.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I
will
mean,
do. We
yeah,
will do. I should say we will do a proper episode on couch co-op stuff because obviously we do a lot of. Oh, not couch co-op, but just co-op,
co-op
as in
games. Yeah,
two player. Because
that's our bread and butter, mate.
that's how it all started years and years ago.
The two amigos. Um, yeah, I sort of almost have to like split it into two camps as well, because I'll often play like party games with my family when I go home at Christmas, but obviously if my parents are playing, it pretty much has to be a very basic. Yeah, like there can't be any platforming, not really anything that's
Yeah,
like. So we play a lot of like Jackbox TV. Do you remember that?
yeah, it's
Really
really good.
fun, and obviously it's like it's just as funny as you make it. So if you have like play it with your family and close friends, so you know each other quite well, you can make very specific like jokes and references in it that you know are going to make people
Exactly.
laugh, and like that one that you can play where you just have to write the funniest thing to the prompt. It's just like you're playing it with your best mates, and you're just like, I know exactly the like if I was playing it with you, I'd just be like, I know exactly what to write to make Josh laugh.
What's gonna make me pick your
Yeah,
answer? Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Just got
Everyone's competing for it, aren't they?
just
As
write something
well.
like a little slug or something like that, and you'll be like, oh, that one's amazing,
Yeah.
mate. He's a genius.
He's a genius, mate. He used slug word. Yeah, Jackbox is really good. Yeah, it's really, really good fun. I haven't played it for ages actually. There must be quite a few packs out for it now, isn't
Yeah,
there?
I bought a new one this Christmas to play. I think it was like pack nine,
Whoa.
maybe.
Last time I played it, I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, 9. Absolutely mad. They've just been pumping them out. They should make a super pack. They should make the Jackbox Party super pack and just put them all together.
I'd be like
Just drop that.
200 quid.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. But then like if I was playing more like with my sister and brother-in-law and stuff, I might be more likely to play something like Overcooked.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is again just chaotic fun. It's just chaotic good
Oh, I
if
love
you're playing it with the
Overcooked.
right people. Anyway, it can be chaotic bad.
Yeah, yeah. I think any more than two is you're going into chaos territory
Oh, I
because
love it though. I love it.
it is amazing. I think you've got to be in the mood to play it in with that many people because me and Carly played it just the two of us when we lived in Brighton and we platinumed the first one and we got so good at it. Like
Yeah.
we were so
like
good
like
at it.
running a real kitchen.
Yeah, it's just like yes, chef, just get it done.
Yes, Chef Carly.
Get me those tomatoes. Get me those tomatoes. Stick them on the bun. Stick them on the pass.
I need some meat tenderized stat.
I'll go wash up.
It does give me a little bit of PTSD as well, though. Of after we worked in a restaurant together,
We did work in a kitchen together,
in a kitchen together, and there are some times where you like almost fall back into like, oh my god, this is a stress that I've specifically shouted this word in a real
yeah.
kitchen environment. I've been like had to go at someone about tomatoes.
Do you remember when I left that I got some bread out of the oven on one of those cast iron pans and left it on the
Oh,
side,
yeah, I
and I
do,
forgot,
mate.
and you went to pick it up.
It's just bare
I
hands.
forgot to tell you.
It's just been in the oven for like
Oh, for like 20 minutes. It was like
molten
hot.
metal.
It was hot like the door handle was hot in Home Alone when he burns his hand. And yeah, I just remember hearing you scream and like being like, "Who the left that there?" I was like, that's definitely me.
That's
Sorry,
definitely me. To be fair,
it's really busy, mate. I've got loads of checks coming in.
cut my finger quite bad. I was looking at you when I did it. Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh, mate. Yeah, yeah. I do remember that. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh. In the kale.
Yeah. Not so many cuts in Overcooked, which is good. That's the
Nah,
good side of that.
Just loads of broken controllers instead. So the one that I always go back to, not actually Mario Party, but let's say the two. I think obviously Mario Kart. You kind
Yeah.
of just everyone. You can't really beat a bit of Mario
Mate,
Kart because it's not hard.
I played it New Year's this year at New
Yeah,
Year's Eve. We're just playing it at
it's
a
so
New Year's
good.
party. It's just
It's
a
just
great game.
you should pick it up and you're like, do you want to go Mario Kart? And it's absolutely. It's easy. You don't have to be good at it. You can just have a laugh.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun even if you're crap.
Even if you're shit and you're at the back, you just get the better stuff. So you end up getting like the bullet and the blue
Yeah,
shell
blue
and
shell.
stuff. But the one that like really sticks in my head, or the two that really stick in my head, sorry, are Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube.
Yeah. Oh, mate, have you played the remake of that? And I know we don't like ragging on games, so I'm not going to.
Nah.
But it's not
No,
good.
is it not great?
Nah.
No, that's a shame.
No, it's really not good. Me, Sam, and Tristan played it for the exact same reason you're about to talk about with Super Monkey Ball. But they've basically checked. So the best mode, which
which was the bullseye one.
Yeah, the way you fly.
Yeah.
They've changed the way that it works.
What?
So like the way that
Why?
you fly is different, and it's really annoying. It's just not fun.
Ah, because you used to have to like build up momentum, didn't you, with the old one? I
Yeah,
think,
it's
wasn't
really
it?
rubbish. It really upset me, to be honest. Anyway, Super Monkey Ball was amazing.
It was amazing, and I always remember playing that. Like when we were too young to go to the pub, we were like 17, so we'd just get booze and then just sit and drink in Tristan's and play Super Monkey Ball, just like all night, basically, just
Yeah.
passing the pad round. That I have a really fond memory of, and the other one's Pokemon Stadium, the mini games, even though it controls like because it's on the N64. But yeah, that I've just genuinely played that so much when I was younger.
Yeah.
I didn't even play the actual like fighting, like doing the Pokemon battles. I just used to do the mini games like, over and over. Right, new feature then. Reflect Select. It's a new feature. Yeah, we're just going to keep adding them in. This one is going to be each week. We're just going to pick a game that comes out a few days later or the following week, which looks cool. We're just going to have a little look at it, a little chat about it quickly. Just give it a shout out, I guess, as if it needs one from us.
Yeah, just to expand their audience.
Yeah, we're going to give them a little shout out. So this week we're going to do Meet Your Maker, which comes out on the 4th of April. It's developed by Behaviour Interactive, also known for Dead by Daylight,
Very nice.
which is pretty cool. I didn't play a lot of it, but what I did play, I thought it was cool. It was a clever game.
I watched Limmy play a lot of that.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm to imagine that was pretty cartoon funny.
Oh, he's very, very entertaining, isn't he?
Yeah, he is funny. He's a funny guy. But this comes out on the 4th of April, and I believe it comes to PlayStation Plus as the one of the monthly games.
Nice.
But
Good move. Work for Rocket League.
It did. And from reading a little bit about it and watching the trailer, I think it looks awesome.
It did look
just
very
to give
cool,
you, just to give anyone listening a quick synopsis. This is from the Steam store. Meet Your Maker is a post-apocalyptic first-person building and raiding game where every level is designed by players. Play solo or with a friend as you mastermind devious maze-like outposts full of traps and guards, then gear up for methodical, fast-paced combat raiding other players' creations. So it looks really cool. It's like you can build your own mental death maze
Yeah.
in the middle of the desert and fill it with NPC enemies, and then basically go, yeah, come on then, see if you
Try and
can
beat that. Bit like
see if you can beat the
Mario
maze.
Mario Maker, but with gore.
Yeah, and then you can challenge other people. So, but the combat looks cool. It kind of reminds me of Doom.
Yeah, it does look a bit doomy. I
It's
really
quite
like,
like
and
fast paced.
it implies that there's like going to be a huge amount of variety in the types of challenge that there's going to be.
Yeah, yeah, it looks really cool. So I think
What I would say is, I think that sort of, unless they've really perfected the building, like UI and the building mechanics,
yeah,
really well for controller, I would. That's to me on the set. Like straight away, I was thinking I would much rather play this on PC. Like doing that
yeah, I
building and
think
stuff with mouse and keyboard would be so much easier.
yeah, I think that's one of those you have to wait and see on what it's like. But yeah, I agree. If the building's clunky and obtuse, things like that, that's just going to put you off essentially half the game.
Yeah,
Because you're like, well, I like playing the levels, but I hate building them because it's not very, it's sort of innovative, and it's really convoluted having to try and like clunk together a level.
yeah, exactly.
But from what it looks like, you can drop in and out of first and third person when you're building it, so it might be that you have sort of like a free reign camera that you can sort of move around.
Mm.
But yeah, that's this week's Reflect Selects is Meet Your Maker, and it's out on the 4th of April. Looks really cool.
Check it out.
If you're into, looks looks really good. Socials, plugs. What have you got coming out this week, Conall?
What have we got coming out this week? I have a highlights video coming out this week, and it's just a compilation of Rocket League players getting angry. It's called Making Rocket League Players Angry.
That's my favourite kind of video.
Yeah. A few funny moments. A guy who tells me that I've got no life, and then tells me to join his Discord so he can show me that he's got 77k in his bank and a picture of his car.
Oh my god! Some people are just they're just sad. They're just sad and hollow inside, aren't they? Mate, most Rocket League players are. I would wager.
Yeah, I am.
Except for us, I hasten to add, we're absolutely fine. We're not dead inside at all.
No,
Nah, don't worry about
it.
Is that it? Just that?
Yeah, that's coming out. We've just released the last episode, or it's not the last episode. It's episode 5 of the Sniper Elite playthrough that me and you did. The one where there's a king tiger in Guernsey.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. They only made about 400 of them. Why have they put one in Guernsey? Why have they put a king tiger in Guernsey?
We dealt with it though.
Dealt with it with about 10 satchel charges.
GG easy.
GG easy on the king tiger. Wicked. Yeah, hey there, Reflect. Again, on Twitter and on Instagram. Exactly the same spelling. Hey there, Reflect. In case you didn't get the first one. That'll do us, I think. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you all in episode 5.
Nice one.
Bye-bye.